Why hello, it's your gal Dimply B, back at it again with some relaxing content. So I woke up this morning and I was in a very soothing mood. You ever get that where you wake up and you've already got those ASMR type tingles in your body and you just want to have a ultimate relaxation, chilled day? That was me this morning. I didn't want to think. I didn't want to do anything complicated. I had a lovely avocado based breakfast. I am now currently drinking Earl Grey and lemon in my Totoro cup, and I just want to sit here relaxed, cozied up, and do a little makeup chit chat video. But rather than this just being a standard video, I did want to make it somewhat educational. My videos, educational, make of that what you will. Before I explain what today's video is, let me set the scene for you. You have been doing your makeup all week. All of your brushes are filthy. You can't use them anymore, it's gross. I don't know about you, but I don't like using brushes. I don't like using beauty blenders or sponges or anything more than once. It just seems wrong to me. And I've also read multiple sources online that say that you shouldn't do it. So let that be a lesson to you. So anyway, you've used up all of your brushes, you've washed them, but they're still wet. You can't apply powder with a wet brush. Now, come on. No. What do? Not wear makeup for that day? I'm quite comfortable with going outside without makeup. It's not something that's ever been ingrained in me that I need to wear makeup to go to the shops. My mum, she doesn't wear makeup. In fact, I probably wear the most makeup out of everyone in my family. That aside, we're getting off topic. The times that I do want to wear makeup but then do not have any brushes or sponges to apply it, I apply it using my fingers. Now this is kind of seen as a, ooh, you know, you shouldn't do that, but there's nothing wrong with applying makeup using your fingers. Your fingers are perfect applicators. They're warm. There's certain products that I have that I will not use with a sponge because they're too runny and they don't quite work with beauty blenders, i.e. the sponge will just soak up all the product and nothing will go on your skin. But ultimately, you know, as long as your fingers are clean, there's absolutely no reason why you cannot use them. The whole point of using a beauty blender is to get a matted, flawless finish because of the way that the sponge fibers work. It just creates a, I don't know what the word is, it just creates the perfect effect. It just works very well. Obviously your fingers aren't the same texture as a sponge, so they don't quite work as well overall, but they're not a disaster zone, and if used in the right way, you can make makeup work. That sentence did make sense, but sounded like it didn't. You can make it work using your fingers very easily. You just have to know how. And I have practiced and done this for many years now, and I would consider myself quite the pro. Okay, let's just get into it. Well, before we get any further, I wanted to explain one element of my appearance that might have gotten a few of you being like, and that is my eye color is different. There is a reason why my eye color is different. And that is because the lovely TTDEYE have sent me another little goodie box. Now, their packaging has changed and oh my god, I love it. As always, once you open it, you realize that you're not just getting contact lenses and that they fill it with lots of cute little bits and bobs. So we've got some lovely little stickers here, some temporary tattoos, another cute little mirror that honestly are very, very handy. And then they also have some gold glitter here in little heart shapes, which is of course adorable. And obviously the contact lenses, which once again they've changed the packaging on, and I absolutely love it. I love the color combinations to the point where I almost want to keep the packaging now, which makes no sense because there's absolutely nothing I can use this packaging for, but god damn it, I want to keep it. So I got 4 sets of contact lenses. So we've got Devil Fruit, which is incredible. The design on this is insane and I can't wait to shove it in my eye. So we got Cheetah Pink, which is like a leopard print. We got Magic Red, which honestly reminds me of watermelon. And then we've got Moonshadow, which are the contact lenses I am wearing today. And I absolutely love TTDEYE. They approached me a good number of years ago wanting to promote their product, and honestly every single time they get back to me I get this little sense of excitement because I absolutely love their contact lenses. They've got such an amazing range. They're comfortable, they're easy to wear. You can get crazier designs like the the ones that I've ordered, or you can get these beautiful, simple, rather natural looking colors as well. They also do prescription as well, so if you needed it for eyesight, you can have some cute little, I don't know, lilac contact lenses that also actually help you see. So anyway, that's TTDEYE, and I like them. Okay, anyway, moving on to the actual video itself. I might have another little top up of tea. There's something about the rain that just makes me want to stay hydrated even more, which absolutely makes no sense whatsoever. You're probably thinking, Bean, what the heck? You stay hydrated when it's hot? No, I don't know what it is, but watching all the plants get watered just makes me want to be watered too. Maybe I'm just a plant by heart. But, holy shit, I'm a bean plant. Okay, I'm gonna top up my tea and then we're gonna get started. Okay, so I've got my little collection right here of different makeup bits and bobs. Ooh. And we're gonna start off with, or actually I might start with my brows. Soap brow. Now you don't need applicators for soap brows. It makes it easier, don't get me wrong. Pretty much the entirety of this video is using applicators is easier, but you don't actually need it. So I've got my soap. It is just a general face soap. The reason why you don't want to use hand soap is because there's certain products in hand soap that may be irritating to the skin. But obviously that isn't the case for all soaps. I think soaps such as Dove are probably safe to use. However, I think that the safest thing to do would be to use a soap that is specifically designed for your face. And you don't need to go out and buy some fancy eyebrow soap kit that gives you a tiny little bit of soap about this big. Just buy a facial bar soap and that will do you fine. I chose this one because it's for sensitive skin, so I knew that it is very unlikely to cause any irritation in and around my brows. It's not a cute look having red irritated brows, let me tell you. Okay, so I've got this, and I've also got my e.l.f. Hydrating Facial Mist, which I love. So I'm just gonna spray the bar with one spray, like so, and just using my finger and just swiping it on my brow. Well, there you go. It's very easy. Just do it with a very light finger. We're now going to prep our face makeup. I'm using the Siero All Day Primer in matte beige. It looks very grainy and not so cute. I promise you, it is smooth. A foam almost, which is quite nice. I actually prefer foamy textures to liquidy ones. What the heck? Some of it got in my hair. Rude. I am happy today. I'm feeling calm and content and therefore happy. It's a good feeling. It's a nice feeling. It's a difficult feeling to possess sometimes. You know, sometimes you wake up and for absolutely no reason you just feel down. There was times last year where I woke up and that was me every day and not feeling like myself. I was feeling down, and then towards the end of the day I would generally feel much better, but couldn't escape that negative energy that I was getting in the morning. And now that I no longer have that, now that I feel more at ease with waking up and, you know, seeing where I am and where my life is and who I am as a person, it is something to master, and it's not always easy. So if you are out there feeling like you wake up every day not necessarily feeling happy or at least content or okay with your life, just know that if you're like me, then that feeling will pass, and you know, it will get better and you will start to feel more like you again. It just takes time and it takes a lot of self-figuring out. Yeah, that got very deep there. Okay, moving on to the next step. I've got an itch on my back. Oh, today's the day of itchy jumpers. It's actually not that bad, not that itchy, but it's like a tad itchy. But then it's also very cozy, so it kind of makes up for it. Also, it's got dinosaurs on it. So immediately, regardless of how itchy it may be, I love this cardigan. Okay, moving on. God damn it, come on, let's get on with it. I am using the EX1 Liquid Foundation. It doesn't matter what shade I'm using a shade that mostly matches my skin. You pick whatever shade matches your skin. Don't ever go off what matches my skin. That makes no sense whatsoever. Okay, and I'm gonna just do one pump to the back of my hand. And then the way that I apply foundation with my fingers, I dot it around like so. so then we can get as even amount of coverage as possible. I've seen this a lot on TikTok, people doing spots of foundation, and I think it's part of like contouring, and it's like a new trend, a new fad. And then I'm sat here thinking, I've done that before. This is like how I used to do my makeup back in high school or college, whatever age it was that I started wearing foundation. I can't quite remember now. I don't understand why people are only just realizing it now and getting all excited about it. It is, I do understand it. It's a very fun way of applying your foundation. There's something satisfying. Oh, I did that wrong. There's something satisfying about doing lots of dots everywhere. I get it, I understand it, but I don't understand why it's become a trend. So the mistake that I see a lot of people doing when applying foundation and products using their fingers is the way that they apply it. Now think about when you're using a beauty blender. Do you swipe it? If you do, then don't do that, because that's not correct, that's not right. If you're using a beauty blender, always make sure you wet the sponge, squeeze out any moisture, and you should know when your sponge is thoroughly wet, because it will expand, it will be bigger, and then you dot it all over your face to blend out your foundation. A similar method with your fingers, minus the whole dampening it part, is that you want to do light patting motions all over your face to blend it in. Tapping, not swiping. Another mistake that I see is people using the tips of their fingers. No. The more surface area you have, the more thorough your application will be. The only time that you want to use a one finger method is when you're starting to get close to any crevices around the nose, perhaps if you're blending it up towards your eye. Areas like that, you would use the tip of your fingers, but for the rest of it, I use like these 3 fingers here and just tap. Okay, moving on to the next step, I'm using the Maybelline Instant Anti-Age Eraser. Do not come at me with how gross it looks. I don't know how people seem to keep theirs looking so clean, but for some reason mine, the lid on it is just filled with product now. It's my like major problem with this product is that after a couple of uses, it just doesn't look cute anymore, and that bothers me. So I'm just doing 2 little dots. I'm also going to do a little bit on the tip of my nose, my upper lip, and there, and then some of the sides of my nose and the sides of my mouth. And then the same method as before, we just want to blend it out, but specifically this time using our ring finger. Okay, now that that's done, we're gonna move on to a little bit of powder. I'm using the BareMinerals Original Face Powder. Now you're probably all wondering, how the heck are you gonna apply powder? I'm not actually gonna apply powder to my entire face. I'm only gonna apply powder to areas that I deem it necessary. This is gonna be a sort of dewy, not so matted kind of look. And the way that I'm gonna achieve that is by just putting powder underneath my eyes. So what I'm gonna do is just gonna put a little bit on my finger, like so, and just place it underneath my eye. Now, straight away, before we continue with anything else, I'm going to just quickly apply a little spritz of my finishing spray, which I'm also going to spray at the end as well, but just so that none of this liquid moves in any way, I'm just going to apply a touch of it now. And the setting spray that I'm using is the NYX Radiant Finish Setting Spray. So let's get on to the eye makeup, which I know you're all very excited to see. I'm gonna use my Urban Decay Naked Wild West palette, and I'm gonna use 2 shades. I'm gonna use the lovely Spur down here and the shade Whiskey right here. And I'm probably gonna use this highlighter shade as well. I don't know, I haven't fully decided on that one yet. But before I apply any eyeshadow, I'm gonna quickly tape up my eye. So now we're looking a little like this. So we're gonna start off with that Whiskey shade, and using my pointer finger, I'm gonna grab a little bit of that. As with the rest of our makeup, the thing to remember is to do patting motions and just applying it along that tape region. Then taking that Spur color and just applying it over the top like so. And the last thing we're gonna do is just blend it outwards. We're not adding any more product, we're just smoothing it around like so. Now I'm gonna finally take that highlighter shade, which is this one right here, and I'm gonna use my ring finger and just apply it to my inner corners, just to like brighten everything up. And then the moment of truth, we're gonna remove the tape. The left side didn't quite come out as good as the right side, so don't come at me. Before we continue on to the lashes, I am just gonna take a little tiny bit using my pinky finger and that whiskey shade like so, and just apply it underneath my eye. Okay, I don't know what's going on with the lashes. Don't worry about it. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Don't worry about it, it's fine. It's fine. Almost done. We're just gonna move on to a little bit of highlights. And I'm using a new highlighter, and that is the Dior. Look how fancy this is. It is in a little wallet thing. It is the Diorskin Nude Luminizer. We're not saying highlighter nowadays, we're saying luminizer. I don't really know what that means or what the difference is, but I think it looks very pretty. I don't like it when they've got mirrors on them, because then it just shows all the random things that are around my flat. This is what it looks like. Ooh, look how fancy and golden. Finally, onto the lips. I'm using the 3CE Stylenanda lipstick in Brilliant. Now finally finishing off the whole thing with my setting spray that I used earlier. And there we have it, my no applicator makeup look. I quite like this look. I messed up on the left eye and the lashes aren't looking right, but we're gonna ignore that because today is good chilled vibes only. I hope that some of you found this video interesting or educational. Maybe you wanna try this yourself. Maybe the next time you find yourself without any clean brushes or makeup sponges, you feel like you wanna give this a go as well. As always, if you enjoyed this video, then don't forget to hit that like button. If you'd like to see more content like this or any of my other content, go hit that subscribe button, click the bell icon if you want to just stay up to date with everything that I'm doing, and I will see you all next Saturday. In the meantime, have a lovely week. Bye.